Hello and welcome to another Get Good at Business highlight. Today I am joined by the incredible Tami Sparks, and we are going to dive into her business, learn all about her and what she's got going on. So excited to jump into that. But before we do, I think I need to introduce myself. I am Taylor Proctor, your business coach here to help you get good at business so you can get back into the heart of why you got into business in the first place. And one of the ways that we do that is through utilizing the I Move method, which we're going to be diving into the components of the I Move method and how Tami utilizes them in her business here today. So Tami is a certified empowerment mindset and mentorship coach dedicated to guiding individuals towards their fullest potential. With a focus on breaking free from historical patterns, she empowers both men and women to embrace personal growth and live their desired lives. Through tailored strategies and unwavering support, she helps clients overcome obstacles and cultivate positive change. Her passion lies in facilitating self-discovery and fostering a mindset of resilience and empowerment. Tami, thanks so much for joining us today. I'm so excited to be able to chat with you.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
So let's just dive right in. I would love to know the moment or the series of moments that inspired you to become a certified empowerment mindset and mentorship coach. That's quite a few things happening there. What inspired you to bring them together and use that as part of your business?
So I initially became a certified life coach probably 10 to 12 years ago because I help people with disabilities find jobs.
Hmm.
And I actually had somebody that was also a certified life coach at the time reach out to me and said, wow, your energy is just amazing. What if you could help people set goals in addition to helping them find jobs and helping their families set goals long term? And I thought, man, that's just wow, that's mind blowing if I could do that. So at the time I lived in Colorado, spent a year and a half going through a program, got my certification, came out on the other end and started doing a lot of mindset coaching with my disabled people and their families just to get them to understand that long-term planning needed to happen, even though it wasn't comfortable, right? They were stuck for various reasons and getting them to work through what those reasons were. So that was kind of like my kickoff. Since then, I rebranded and started doing, because of COVID, I started doing relationship coaching. So it kind of morphed into, female empowerment, mindset, and relationship coaching. I had a handful of guy clients too, but most of my women were the ones that were struggling most because they were either in relationships that were not going well. Coming out of COVID, we were a completely different society, culturally, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, right? With a whole different level of standards and complications. So my new goal was to help women understand how to break the historical patterns of dating the wrong guy and why they kept doing that, right? And why they kept settling for less than. So that recently changed into realizing that there are not enough. I don't have a desire to be a business coach, but I own 4 businesses, by the way, and I've been very successful for over a decade, and none of them have failed. So I had women start coming to me going, hey, look, I don't have a business coach that's a female. I mean, I know some people, but I don't know them. And you're really good at this. Would you consider being a mentorship coach? And I thought, wow, what a great opportunity to help somebody either start a business that's struggling in business, but also leverage the fact that I do a lot of mindset coaching, and a lot of what we do is based on what's up there, right? So that was kind of what triggered me this year to kind of expand my services into mentorship coaching.
I love that. And I totally agree. I often say that once you have the foundations of business in place, 80% of it is an emotional and mental resilience game, right?
Mhm.
So that mindset
Absolutely.
is so important. So let's move to the areas of the I Move method. Now, the first part here is intuition. So I would love it if you could share how you use intuition, or even a specific instance where intuition has played a key role in shaping the direction and strategy of your business.
So yes, I do intuition. I love to tell people that's a gift that God gave me. I'm very blessed for it. I believe everybody has it to a certain extent, but I leverage it all the time. Recently, when I launched a nonprofit for veterans to help them find jobs in the community, um, I literally got this feeling like I'm supposed to open another business. Why? I don't know, because I already had three. So why do I need four? Right. And a nonprofit is way more complicated to run. And so I trusted my gut. I had met somebody 3 years ago at a job conference in a job placement fair going through COVID. And for some reason, I just knew I was supposed to reach out to him. I didn't know why.
Mhm.
And I called him up and said, "Hey, I just have this gut feeling that I'm supposed to start this business. You kind of sort of already do this. It's in a different state, but you do it well. What are your thoughts?" And his response was, "I'm looking for a job. I hate my job. Let me preface the fact that I don't hate my job. I don't like the person I work for, but I love what I do." And he said, "Okay, let's talk." And within an hour and a half, I had the framework of my entire nonprofit. And I offered him a job, and he's supposed to come on and be the executive director to run the business starting in August. He'll be transitioning over to me. So there's a lot of intuition. There's a lot of stuff where I have to trust my gut when it comes to coaching. There are a lot of times I'll get clients in, and my gut just tells me they're not doing what they need to do. And I'm a very accountability results driven coach, so I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but my clients know that coming in with me. So if I call you out, I'm going to call you out, and they usually will go, "How did you know?"
That
I
intuition.
just know. I just know, so it's not something I can always explain. I love to say it's the woo-woo side of my business, but the woo-woo side of my business is what also makes me ridiculously successful, and able to help so many people. So I embrace it.
Yes, I love that because I think that a lot of entrepreneurs don't want to embrace that. They want to do things the right way, the
Right.
strategic air quotes around that way. And it's like the intuition is a key component of that, which is of course why we have
Absolutely.
the first part of I move. So let's
Mhm.
move to the second part of I move, which is the M standing for marketing. So if you wouldn't mind, we'd love to hear what innovative strategies and marketing strategies or even platforms you have found to be the most effective in reaching and connecting with your target audience, specifically because you have expanded what you offer. There's a lot,
Right.
sounds like there could be some very different audience types in there.
So for my professional side of things, LinkedIn is great. I resist LinkedIn personally. I hate LinkedIn. I use it because it's a necessary evil, but I'm trying to think the word. It's very matter of fact. It's very linear. It's very like
It feels a little
structured.
rigid.
Structured is the best word I can use, and I am not a structured person. I am a very free thinking, you know, uh, pie in the sky, boots on the ground, back and forth. So I ebb and flow like water. Um, when it comes to more of my coaching, when it comes to like mindset, relationships, just life coaching in general, I generally tend towards, I lean towards Facebook and Instagram
Mhm.
when it comes to those platforms because people are a little more laid back. They're a little more open and accepting with things, than they are in the professional side. Because I think LinkedIn also, people worry about like, is my employer out here? Are they stalking me and I don't know, right? So each platform serves its purpose. As far as a marketing strategy is concerned, a lot of it now is I've always done a lot of local business
Mhm.
with local people. So this year I'm actually branching out. We're going to be launching, matter of fact, here probably in about 30 to 45 days, we will actually have a 4-month business mentorship program, that we're going to offer online as a group coaching package. And social media is not my thing. I can do it, I can record it, but I don't have the bandwidth or the time. So I literally just reached out to somebody who's phenomenal at it locally, and she has offered to come on board and help me get that message out and start leveraging, communication. So if you don't know how to do something, don't let that hold you back. Ask for help. That's the best advice I can give anybody
Well,
because
and
we all need it.
that is a beautiful segue into the O of iMove, which is operations, right? So,
Yes.
would you be willing to discuss some of the operational processes or systems that you have implemented to ensure smooth and efficient functioning? Like when you're saying you have four businesses, you're delegating, you're doing all these things. How have you set your operations up to really help all of that scale and expand?
Good question. So, with most of my businesses, the structures are the same except for my life coaching. I have a very big hands-on approach to that business. But my other three, we've hired folks that they don't have to be the top of the top. They don't have to have bachelor's degrees and all that, right? I like associates because then I at least know these people can follow directions. They do it well. They function. We have a supervisor for them and a manager that runs the operation for that area. It's broken down by county. So that works out effectively. And then those people eventually report into me. I'm very big about delegating. I love delegating, but I also run my business based on and always have run my business is based off of compassion and gratitude, because that's the one thing I remember when I worked in corporate America, that nobody ever said thank you. And if somebody
Oh,
would just say thank you, I probably would have done my job way better than I did versus just expecting the bare minimum of me, right? So I saw that flaw way back when. Now here I am 50 years old, and the people who work for me have always said, my God, you're the best person we've ever worked for, because you actually listen to us and you validate and you say thank you, that you wouldn't be where you are without us. And even if you don't choose what our suggestions are, you still acknowledge that we brought something to the table and we have value. So I practice that in every single area of every one of my businesses from the top down.
oh, I love that. So let's move to our V, which is velocity. I would love it if you could share with us some tactics and approaches of how you would maintain and, of course, drive growth for your coaching business.
So for the coaching business, a lot of that is listening and engaging with my ideal clients, even if they're not my clients. It's still getting out there and doing organic research, right? That I personally do. I spend quality time and I block that time off in my week to get out and see what are people still struggling with, where are the gaps that I can help bridge, right? That are still in my niche area, but what else can I bring to the table where people are struggling that I can still help solve those problems? So that's generally the strategy that I use for it. Sometimes it's just listening to people that go, I'm still struggling with this. Gosh, I never even thought that would be associated with that. Thanks for sharing. Let me do some research, right?
Yeah, beautiful. So now let's take it home. The E of the I move stands for execution. So what major project or initiative are you currently focusing on to help grow your business?
The biggest thing right now is we're launching that business mentorship coaching program. I'm very excited to do that because it allows me to expand my services, way above and beyond just local. I love my local people, but if we can get more collaboration and more focus to building each other up and helping each other grow, imagine what that will do to change how we, especially as women, work in the business world, open a business, function, support each other. We're not tearing each other down with the mindset of I need to be better than her. We're rebuilding and remodifying what that looks like. That now, instead of fighting with or stepping on, I'm here to give you a hand and pull you up, and let's do this together in a collaborative manner. Even if we don't work together and we're states apart, I connected with you and you had the same struggles as me, can I reach out to you and you help me and I'll help you, right?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of premise behind that. So that's our biggest focus, is getting that launched as soon as possible.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. Well, Tami, I know that our audience is listening to this and going, how can I connect with her or learn more about her?
Well, I am all over the place. So you can easily find me on Instagram. I am Tami Sparks Life Coach, so it's not hard to find me. I am the one and only. And on Facebook, pull me up as Tami Sparks. It's Tami Sparks. You can't miss me. I have magenta hair and tattoos, so I'm very easily distinguishable.
I love it. Awesome. Awesome. Well, Tami, thank you so much for joining us today, for pulling back the curtain on your business and sharing with us the areas of I Move and how you utilize those areas to help grow your company. For those who are watching, again, you can go check out Tami, and it's Tami with an I. on Instagram. That link is in the description of this video. And we hope that you'll stay tuned. We have more Get Good at Business highlights coming to you soon. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.